Every now and again, I'm scrolling through the cozy side of Reddit and the same thing crops up. People are after cozy game recommendations, but they don't want any farm sims. I know, it's weird, it freaks me out too, but there are, actually, and sit down for this one, a lot of cozy games out there with no farming at all. Today, friends, I am sharing 14 farm-free cozy Nintendo Switch games so that one day if we ever hang up our hose, we have this list to fall back on. Next week, I will actually be making a PC Steam version of this list, but I wanted to point out that many of the games on today's list are available on multiple platforms. They are on this list today because my preference is to play them on the Nintendo Switch, and vice versa with the PC version of this list. I should mention too that the video planned for after that one is about cozy action games, so I'm saving a lot of them for that list, so you're just gonna have to subscribe and stick around for that one too. If you can't tell, I'm a bit of a cozy game lover, and if you are too, it would mean the world if you subscribe to my channel. There are an awful lot of cozy games out there, and the ones I feature on my channel are my flavor of cozy games, and if that works for you, I would love for you to stick around. Either I have played these games myself or I will be as soon as my bank account allows it, and I've been looking at reviews and gameplay and absolutely adore them already, and I'm basically just so excited about it. And speaking of affordability, I do want to shout out Deku Deals, which one of my subscribers told me about, and is an amazing website that you can go to and subscribe to an email list so that you can find out about every single Nintendo Switch game. Plus, you can see exactly when they're on sale. You can even see when they've been on sale in the past. You can kind of work with that to see when it might be on sale in the future, and I use that to know which game I might be buying next. Not sponsored or anything, I just think that is a great website and a great resource if, like me, you love these cozy games. You might not be able to afford all of them at full price, so Deku Deals comes in so handy. Alright, without further ado, on to our first game, and this one is called Outer Wilds. This game is originally on PC and isn't actually released yet, but it's confirmed to be coming to the Switch, and it should be coming this year. In Outer Wilds, you are the newest recruit of Outer Wilds Ventures, a fledgling space program searching for answers in a strange, constantly evolving solar system. This is a space open-world mystery game where you are trapped in an infinite time loop. Each loop will help you learn more, and this is a game that's better the less you know about it. So if that sounds intriguing, consider trying it out, and I will leave this one there. The second game on this list is Potion Permit, which gives me Moonlighter, Stardew Valley vibes with less violence and crops. You are a chemist new to the town of Moonbury, where for some reason no one seems to like you. If you've played and loved Stardew Valley, I would say this is a game for you, as Potion Permit has many familiar characteristics like foraging and romancing, but in this game you also have a super cute dog that follows you everywhere, making it a straight up 11 out of 10 wholesome game. Potion Permit sees you healing the townspeople with minigames and gathering ingredients, plus there are quests and heaps of areas to unlock. Third on my list is The Spirit and the Mouse, which features a tiny mouse with a large heart that wants to bring light and happiness to the people of a small French village. During a thunderstorm, she absorbs the power of an electric spirit called Lumion, who cannot return home until he gathers enough happiness from the humans he was sent to help. Since he is stuck, this is the perfect task for our furry little friend, who now sets out to help those around her like she has always hoped to do. If you love puzzles, collecting and exploring, this is definitely a game to check out. Next on this list is one I'm really excited about, and I didn't even know it was available on the Switch until recently, and that is a game called Tinykin. At first I thought this was a really similar game to Pikmin, but the more you play and the more you find out, the more it's very much a standalone, really cool adventure game all on its own. In Tinykin, our protagonist Milo has just returned to his home planet to find out he is super small, everyone has gone, and not a day has passed since 1991. Your goal is to gather pieces of a machine, but there are also side quests and heaps to discover in each area. This game is often compared to Pikmin since it features collectible creatures that play a very, very similar role, since they have special abilities that help you advance through each area. I would also compare this to the charm and fun of games like It Takes Two, and it's got a very Toy Story vibe to it, especially since you are miniature and exploring cities made from household rooms. Plus, you get to glide around on a bar of soap and generally just have a really great time. Tinykin does sometimes experience frame drops in later levels, so that might push you to opt for the Steam version, and I've heard that it runs perfectly on a Steam Deck. If you've got that, it's probably a better option than the Switch. It's totally up to you, but there is a free demo on the Switch version and also on the Xbox version. Next on my list is A Short Hike, and I know I've mentioned it on this channel before in my list of budget cozy games, but it definitely deserves another mention here. It's one of those games with so much charm and character that people wish they could rediscover and play all over again. A Short Hike is a really cute indie and short exploration game where you play as Claire the Penguin, who's visiting a small island and needs to find higher ground to get mobile signal. Your goal is simply to reach the top of the island by collecting feathers that enable you to climb higher, and on your way up you meet characters, play games, complete challenges, and just generally get distracted. It's a fun and relaxing adventure with music and a graphic style that perfectly complement it. This is a great game you can complete in 1 or 2 sittings and leave you feeling fulfilled. Next is a game I know any cafe management person out there will love, and this game is called Lemon Cake. Lemon Cake sees you taking over a charming but haunted bakery. The ghost and former owner helps you discover recipes while you run the shop, fulfill customer orders, and upgrade your bakery. I would be lying if I didn't say the main appeal of this game is that one of the upgrades is a cat cafe, and I am really excited to reach that level. But also, I love cozy management games, and this one, while it can become pretty hectic, doesn't ever punish you, making it perfect for an afternoon of cozy gaming. Plus, there are so many rooms to unlock, and the whole thing is very addictive. The next games I want to mention are Pikmin 3 and Pikmin 4. Now Pikmin 3 I put off getting for so long because I knew I would get really addicted, and I was right. This game is so charming and cute and challenging in the best ways, and I'll summarize it pretty quickly because it's a Nintendo game, chances are you've heard of it. But Pikmin 3 sees you control 3 alien captains that explore a planet in search of fruit seeds to save their home planet from famine. On the planet they find and befriend creatures called Pikmin that have different abilities and assist the captain in combat, gathering resources, and solving puzzles. You get to explore various areas of the planet gathering resources and must return to your ship before night falls, or there is a harrowing cutscene where any Pikmin that get left behind are eaten, and I really mean this when I say you don't want that. I am still not over it. Later this year, Pikmin 4 comes out, and we recently got a trailer showing the beautiful graphics, a little bit of gameplay, and the addition of a super cute alien dog. It looks a lot like the previous games, but honestly, that is perfect. That's all I wanted, and I'm really excited to pick it up. Next on this list of cozy games without any farming is 2 Point Campus, and this definitely could have been on the PC version as well. If you're a fan of 2 Point Hospital, then chances are 2 Point Campus is right up your alley. You run a university campus, and the goal is to make sure all the students are happy and succeeding in their courses so that more applicants apply the following year. More applicants means more money, more expansion, and if you spend that well, then the happy cycle can continue. 2 Point Campus is meant to be a little easier and so potentially cozier than 2 Point Hospital, with less micromanagement of characters while keeping the same bonkers vibe we love about the series. These next two I want to lump together, and that is Golf Story and Sports Story. Golf Story received amazing reviews, and Sports Story so far not so much, but I do want to talk about it anyway because it looks really fun. Golf Story is described as an RPG disguised as a golf game that sees you decide to become a golfer and leave your old life behind. You explore various worlds, help out a lot of NPCs, and work your way up to winning the pro tournament. Sports Story is very much the same, but as the name suggests, it includes more than just golf. The main character from Golf Story returns and is on holiday on an island that seems to have a very big budget for activities. There is heaps to do like BMXing, tennis, volleyball, but of course golf is still a main focus. Sports Story has some mixed reviews compared to the glowing reputation of Golf Story, but it still looks really fun to me, and I would love to hear from any of you guys if you have already played it. Next up, and 22 years after the original, comes new Pokemon Snap. It feels very similar to the original game as you roll around each level, taking pictures of Pokemon and using apples to entice them into different poses. Graphically, I feel like this is the best looking Pokemon game, and wow, I really wish Scarlet and Violet looked like this. There's even occasional voice acting and other elements such as experiencing the levels in both day and night. You can even develop trust with certain Pokemon, so the next time you visit, you can get a better photo. To me, this is the ultimate cozy game for Pokemon lovers, and I would pick it up time after time. Next on my list is a beautiful short game called Alba, where even the smallest person can make the biggest difference. If you're a fan of games like A Short Hike and Pokemon Snap, this is definitely a game for you, and not just because Alba is wearing a very familiar looking hat. We join Alba on vacation to visit her grandparents, and it's revealed that the mayor is planning for a luxury hotel to be built in place of a rundown nature reserve that suffered from a wildfire. Join Alba and her friend who set out to save the reserve by helping with cleanups, cataloguing animals, and rescuing the animals so you can improve the area and collect signatures to save the reserve. It's a short game at only 5 hours if you take your time, and nothing ever makes you feel rushed. There are over 60 different animals to discover on the island and photograph with your phone, and you document your finds in a nature journal. The art style is simple but perfect for a cozy game, especially if you want to play it handheld, and the sounds are so wonderful as every footstep reacts to the world around you. You get to listen to bird calls to discover more wildlife, and you can even just stop and listen to the waves crashing on the shore. Lastly, I want to break all of my rules and mention a game called Wildflowers. I am sorry, I just have to do it because I love it so much, and while it looks like a farming game from the outset, it really is not why I love this game. I already have videos about Wildflowers that you can check out, so I'll keep this brief. But you play as Tara, a girl from the city who moved to a small island town to help run her grandma's farm. From here, it quickly evolves into a game about a secret coven of witches, and there are so many wonderful characters and storylines to discover. Farming is certainly part of it, but there isn't a whole lot to upgrade, and honestly, I love the characters and the storyline way more than the farm sim part. I wanted to mention it now for those of you who still like farm sims but want something to help tiptoe you into something more. And that is it from me today. That was 14 farm-free-ish cozy games that you can play on the Nintendo Switch. Thank you so much for watching, and I would love if you want to use the comments section to add your own favorite cozy farm-free games. Make this an even better resource for people looking for more games, or let me know what game most excited you on this list. If you found it useful, please do give the like button a little tappy tap, and if you haven't already subscribed, could you? Thank you again. I will leave something cozy right here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!